Yeah.
I know the internet's overwhelmed. No, it's like, oh,
Yeah. Yes. We are live.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the August 20th Commissioners Meeting. Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Okay, I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes from August 5th.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes from August 5th meeting.
I second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Approve accounts payable vouchers.
I make a motion, we approve the accounts payable vouchers.
I second that.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Motion to approve payroll docket.
I make a motion, we approve the payroll docket as submitted.
I second.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Mr. Mike, you have the floor, sir.
I'd like to introduce Katie Adams. She is our ADA expert, with Disabilities Act expert. She, I think, if I got a contract, hopefully you'll sign tonight for her. They've done our Marriage with Disabilities Act work for the last couple of years, 3 years, and done a very good job, and I'd like to see them continue. Plus, she's also got some information I thought you wouldn't want to hear me present on all our ADA activities. So Katie volunteered to. I thought you'd much rather go for the very best, so.
Did she vote?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
So I'm gonna turn it over to Katie. Seen enough of me, right?
Thanks, Michael.
Okay, Mike said that he had sent you guys probably via email, the ADA transition plan. Like it's 107 pages. It's a pretty extensive document. So basically what it is a transition plan that looks over all of your facility audits and your department audits and things like that. So I went over and reviewed everything, and then in the section 2, you will see the self-evaluation of your programs, your public meetings, your grievance, compliant procedures, fee and surcharges, communication formats, equally effective communication, training, employment. And I went over all of that, and I looked at like the self-evaluation general findings. There are recommended actions. Those actions don't have to be done today. It can be done later. You just have a note that you will be, like, you're just flagged for it. And then we also went and reviewed the buildings that you guys own. And there are measurements and things like that in this document, and it will tell you like if things are out of compliance. This does not have to be, again, doesn't have to be done tomorrow, but you definitely want to put it on a radar. And then this is the draft document, and it will be open for public comment for 2 weeks. Once the 2 weeks are up, we will put the final document together, and then that's when you guys will approve it at the following meeting. I think it's gonna be like September 16th is when we will present the final ADA document along with your Title VI. And that's when you guys actually sign the Title VI, and then we'll submit it to NDOT. This will keep you eligible for not only CCMG funding, but any state or federal funding as well. And then what you guys are looking at is the contract or need to perform these duties. And like Mike, I said, I've done them in the past, and then the way that we're doing it now, we kind of changed it. Instead of doing it a year at a time, we do it for a 3-year, because every 3 years your ADA plan is due, and then in the between that, it's just your Title VI, and that doesn't take as much time. So instead of having 3 different contracts, we just kind of put it all in one.
So did you say the Hanover
building is out of code?
Yeah, I'd have to look at all of the different buildings and see which one is.
It's considered the logistics building. I would just,
I did the courthouse, next, court services, prosecutor's office, animal shelter, extension office, health department, sheriff's office, and the 911 building.
I think it's not a public building, it's basically.
it wouldn't
It wouldn't fall
be
It would not
involved.
fall, yeah, it would not go under here. This is like if
Public building.
any public building that I
Right.
can come off the street and walk into, and if the only place I can walk into is like just the front office, and there's like no public restroom, then like the restrooms weren't, like at the animal shelter, there's no public bathrooms. So the bathrooms were not evaluated, just the entrance, like the parking lot.
We're gonna try and fix that.
Yeah, yeah, I heard,
Yes.
yeah, oh, yeah, that's where I know you're from.
Okay.
But there's a lot of repairs on the animal shelter.
We need to have that with
Yeah,
this.
I know, I did that.
I'd like to be on past.
You had Pat look at this.
Yes,
He-
Pat's comments, in fact, I eliminated a couple of paragraphs that they had in there and he's looked at it.
Okay.
Yeah, we went back and forth for a few weeks,
Yeah.
getting it.
Pat looked at it and there was, they wanted, I think one of the changes we made, they wanted 18% on late payments. It's like a credit card, so we decided to back that down to, I think, the 8%
Per year.
per year. So, and then, there was a rather lengthy paragraph at 10, I can't explain all the legalese in it, but Pat didn't like it, so it's out.
Okay, thank you.
You got this, you have this in your budget, right?
What's that?
You have this in your budget for
You
the,
you guys,
I do?
yeah, Carol, I mean, have the budget. She's much more frugal than I am. Unless they serve that big out too, so,
We know that.
she really did a great job with the website. Getting, that all on board, getting it to, so we're compliant with the VDA requirements for a website. Which if you guys know my computer skills, you know why I don't. get it on websites.
Okay. What do you think, Mr. Lee?
Yeah. Better do it.
Entertain a motion,
Make a motion with contract with HWC Engineering.
Or the, yeah, I second that, the radio transition plan and the titles 6 implementation plan.
okay, motion and second, any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Motion carried. Okay. Okay. Looks like it's you, young lady.
Okay, so I have an ordinance for the council and the commissioners that I'm presenting to you first. This ordinance, so every year when I'm audited, I've tried multiple ways to be perfect in my grant funds that I report on my federal CFA. And every year there just always is a little something lacking. So the best way to do that, State Board of Accounts has recommended that I do a ordinance, and that the ordinance basically says any department wanting to file for a grant must come before the Board of Commissioners to ask to approve for that, so that it's formally noted. And then this ordinance outlines that they have responsibilities to getting me their reports, so that at the end of the year, I'm not chasing them and trying to find them and coming up shorthanded when I do my annual report. So we do have to read it at least once. do you want me to read it?
Okay. I mean, you didn't have a copy, so I gave you yours. Not that you had to read it. I mean, we can read it, but.
Okay,
it's up
it
to you.
doesn't matter. If you want me to, I can.
Go. for
Okay.
it.
It's a joint ordinance of the Jefferson County Board of Commissioners and the Jefferson County Council, an ordinance establishing policies and procedures for the application, acceptance, and administration of grant funds within Jefferson County, whereas Jefferson County Board of Commissioners and Jefferson County Council recognize the necessity of establishing a uniform oversight of the pursuit and management of external grant funding, and whereas joint ordinance is enacted to ensure fiscal accountability, transparency, and compliance with the State Board of Account regulations. Now therefore be it ordained by the Board of Commissioners and the County Council of Jefferson County that the following provisions hereby are established. Section 1, definitions. For the purpose of this ordinance, the grant shall mean any funds awarded to county office, official, or agent by an external entity, federal, state, or private, for the specific purpose, including reimbursements, routine departmental fee for service arrangements, and are excluded unless otherwise designated by the county auditor. Section 1, definitions. For the purpose of this ordinance, grant shall mean the funds awarded to a county office, official, or agent by external entity, federal, state, or private, for a specific purpose, including reimbursements, routine departmental fee for service arrangements, are excluded unless otherwise designated by county auditor. Section 2, mandatory commissioner approval. No county office, official, or agent shall apply or accept, execute any grant agreement on behalf of the county without prior review and approval by the Board of Commissioners. Applicants shall submit a grant summary to the commissioners containing project description, purpose, intent, and duration of the grant. Fiscal impact identification of county offices to be utilized, including and required local cash or in-kind matching contributions, future obligations and assessments of ongoing costs to the county after the grant period concludes. Section 3, fiscal oversight of the auditor, gatekeeping. Upon approval by commissioners and subsequent award, all grant funds shall be processed through the office of the county auditor. Fund management. The county auditor shall establish appropriate funds for grant activities to ensure SBOA compliance. Appropriation and claims. No claims for grant-related expenditures or reimbursements shall be processed by the county auditor unless underlying grant has been registered and approved in accordance with Section 2. The county is hereby authorized to reject any claim that does not comply with these requirements. Section 4, reporting requirements. All departments shall provide the county auditor with documentation of grant revenues and disbursements within 10 business days of receipt. All grant recipients shall maintain a comprehensive grant file available for inspection by the auditor or by SBOA upon request. Section 5, effective date. This ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and adoption by the county council. The foregoing ordinance was passed and adopted by the Board of Commissioners of the County of Jefferson in the state of Indiana.
So this is basically just giving you a better paper trail to
This basically,
covers all.
when someone sends something in saying that, oh, I'm gonna receive grant money and I need to pay this out and I'll be reimbursed, I can say no, not until you provide me with the contract.
And an invoice
And
or
you
whatever.
have to provide evidence to the county that you have grant match for this. And it protects us from departments overspending on grants. And it helps me have all the provided information to report to the federal grant agencies.
Okay. We read it once, we can do a motion to forego second and third reading, correct? I believe.
Pat prepared that, so he has reviewed it. He has compared it to, it was on the bottom of that when you handed it. He prepared it, reviewed it, and compared it to other similar,
Yeah, that's something else.
county ordinances.
Make a motion.
I make a motion, we forego second, third reading.
I second that.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Okay, now we need a motion to pass it.
Make a motion, we approve the joint ordinance of the Jefferson County Board of Commissioners and the Jefferson County Jefferson County Council, an ordinance establishing policies and procedures for the application, acceptance, and administration of grant funds within Jefferson County, Indiana.
I second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay. Next up. Second Amendment to Norton's King's Daughters Health and Ambulance Service Agreement. You wanna run with that?
Sure, we have an agreement with Norton's King's Daughters to provide ambulance service. They've done this for a number of years. We paid 500,000.
It was $1.
I know.
For a
I was
long
gonna say
time.
this year.
Yeah.
Probably been 3 years. We've done the 500
Yeah, I think
at
so.
least.
And this amendment will pay 500 this year, and then they are requesting 600,000 for next year. Do we need to read the agreement or just?
It's not required.
Okay, so it's just the second amendment to the agreement that we've already adopted. And like I said, it's continuing to go year after year, so this amendment just adds the years 2026 and 2027. Then I said 2026. The amount is 500,000 and 2027 is 600,000. So guess I'll make a motion to approve the second amendment to the ambulance service agreement with Norton King's Daughters Hospitals.
A second.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Motion carries. Okay. Heather, you got the floor again.
It's me again. Okay, public finance partners, every 3 years, I believe, we have to have our arbitrage, our favorite, rating with our bonds. It is part that we have to do for having outstanding bonds. As a part of that, we had the rebate calculation done and it showed a positive amount, which means they have to calculate again. And if it still shows a positive amount, then we would have to pay an amount to the IRS. So that is what they are calculating, to make sure that we stay in IRS, compliance. So,
Pay them, so they, whatever we owe the IRS.
and from my
Okay,
From my
If we don't pay it, do it.
experience with dealing with the IRS and the auditor's office, it's easier to have an accountant do this for us. So that being said, it is for $3,500. This amount is budgeted in our, we actually still have money within the bond to pay for that. And then I also have a jail expense amount in lit to cover these extra costs for the new jail.
Okay.
So I just need your approval on this contract. It's basically the same contract we've used in the past. It's just, we have to do it more frequent right now because there's a positive amount.
they charge us 3,500 each time.
It's $3,500, yeah.
Wow. Can we tell them, well, we don't want a positive.
Yeah. Could you make it not positive?
Yeah, that's not good either.
Okay, I'd entertain a motion to accept Heather's.
Is it with, don't say that rather.
It is Public Finance Partners, and it's Mr. Gary Smith, and he actually is with Reedy Financial. So I think it's a multi,
Just like, get all this stuff down. Yeah. So I make a motion, we accept the agreement with Public Finance Partners for, I'm not gonna say the word, the rebate calculation agreement, arbitrage. I'm an engineer, and, yeah, for this year, for the fee, service fee of $3,500.
A second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay, Sarah, you have it for.
So Centos has the Indiana state pricing and, the sheriff's department brought you guys a contract and then so does the highway department, which then prompted us to look at what Centos has to offer with the, courthouse. One of the, benefits that we want to try to take advantage of is the rugs that we have at the prosecutor's office, annex building, extension office, and courthouse. So all 4 buildings, it would do a monthly swap out of all the rugs and at $131 a month, which is pretty much cheaper than what it would cost to replace and clean and do all what you need to do to the existing rugs. So it kind of makes sense just to,
So if one of them gets in bad shape, they'll just replace
they
it.
just, they'll replace them every month.
The rug costs that much.
Yeah, and then, we can also bump it up in the winter if we want, we can kind of change it however we see fit, but this is, for a term of 48 months. At the $131 a month. But Centos's,
Okay,
the pricing is really great right now.
Corner of the month. it had.
Mhm.
I make a motion, we approve the Centos agreement for the county buildings, kind of the rugs for $131 a month for 48 months.
I second that.
okay, have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by aye. Motion carries. Sarah again.
Sarah again. Okay, the second thing I have, our facilities director, Mike, he shops quite a bit at Lowe's. And currently we just use our county credit card when he shops there. I've talked to Benji Tingle, who's in like the pro services. And, if we do a Lowe's Pro commercial account, then every time we shop there, we get 5% off. Versus no percent off what we're doing right now. So, and they actually have like a net 60 days, so no interest, which of course we would pay that off before 60 days ever comes around. But, we're just formally requesting that we open a Lowe's Pro commercial account for the county
It would help you on invoices and stuff a bunch too.
dramatically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pay one bill versus paying like
The return.
every charge. Mhm.
Now, is that something the shelter did get in?
Probably, so I will talk to him to see if, like, we can maybe like do other departments as well, and then maybe kind of split that out.
so I think at one point in time, we used to have a Lowe's card. It did not have a savings along with it. It was just for convenience. And at that point, our credit card was giving us 1% cash back, so it made more sense to close those accounts and then use the credit card to get the 1% cash back. As we're now with a 5% savings, that's a lot better.
I make a motion, we grant approval for a Lowe's Pro commercial account for the county.
A second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
So carried.
Thank you.
Okay. Department updates. Trish, you want to go first since you're close?
Really don't have anything, and we're working along. Well, I guess a little bit of this, like, since the last meeting, we had like 32 kittens, and since then, we've adopted 32 kittens in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, I mean, they went out the door, just flew out the door.
Wow.
I have 5 cats total in the shelter right at this moment.
They're lonely.
Where
did they all go?
Dogs, on the other hand, were constantly full. Last week, the air conditioner in the dog's unit, the blower motor took a dump on us and we're waiting on this warranty and getting the part and everything, so. Luckily, we've had the weather not so bad that it's doable. Other than that, we're just chucking along.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did somebody donate fans or loan fans?
Yeah, Neuro Clean. Puro Clean, yes. Okay, I don't said that wrong, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Back to old days, we used to.
I try my best. It's a brand new week. No, it's the same old, same old. No. This week we started with, still mowing. Just so everybody knows, we're still mowing, keeping up with that, but we started chip seal this week, so we've been a little more immersed in that, so the mowers aren't moving nearly as much as what everybody would like to see, but they are still moving, but chip seals kind of took priority over that. So it's going good, looking good, pretty excited about the new truck. That's a hand-in-hand deal now. That's nice. It's cut road time application in half, so
One pass.
one pass and it's
Wow.
done. It's game over. The operator, he's still a little nervous with it, that's a pretty big bar behind him, so.
Mhm.
But other than that, we're just plugging along, so. About all I got. You guys got anything? Nope.
Looking good. I seen the video you sent me.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Brian?
I don't have anything.
Oh, come on. Okay, I don't see any.
Oh, Matt.
Matt or Brandon or sheriff or anybody, so. You have anything?
At our south east SEIRD. Yeah, yeah, it's just easier to
What's
say.
that stand?
Seared. Yeah, the recycle district meeting last night, approved the budget and working on a couple of things here for Jefferson County. Kind of like what Jennings County did, so we're working on something that where we can have a recycle district opened out there and bring several dumpsters in and take extra trash.
No,
Extra electrical.
don't call it trash, because that's what gets us in trouble when people put the trash in the recyclables, so that's when they have to throw it out, so more recyclables.
Yeah, electronics.
Right.
They had 2 box trucks of microwaves, box trucks. It's impressive what best kept secret in Jefferson County is up to out there at the proving ground with recycling. I think we could probably take better advantage of it. That's why we're trying to set up this program. It doesn't really have a name, but we'll try to name it when we get it rolling. It was a pretty good meeting. I was pretty impressed with what's happening with this recycling of the tires, old tires, refrigerators, water heaters. We're not seeing near as many along the road because of these.
Or in the trash truck.
Yep, in the trash. Yeah, that's pretty hard on our hydraulics. Anyway, yeah, that was good. And then the new sign is up down at the Juvenile Detention Center. It's kind of telling what's coming and yeah, there's some pretty good things going on down there. It's other than we don't want to see a detention center, but it's a pretty big need. I think Jennings County called him and
Had 4 or 5 in one
yeah,
place.
and needed a detention center that wasn't 300 and some miles away, and we're not open yet, so we'd like to get this open as quick as possible, but there's a lot of work, gotta make it suitable for juveniles. But yeah, that's the 2 things.
Mr. Brammer.
So we've sent out requests for proposals for an environmental site assessment phase 1 for the campground project. And we've got proposals back and we'll make recommendations and move forward with that. So we'll evaluate it, get that finalized. And then we'll go forward with he's putting out a request for qualifications for the design and construction of the campgrounds that'll be coming up, well, probably next week. So,
Okay. I don't have a lot other than our public defender board met and last week, and at this time of the year, we have turned in $144,000 for repayment, which before we started this board, we didn't get anything back, but it's been a great asset. It spreads it out across a group of attorneys, so they're not overwhelmed, plus it gives people needing representation a lot better representation legal wise. So really happy with that and the way it's moving. But other than that, I don't have anything. Ladies?
Richter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're
So,
okay.
My bad.
You're okay.
I blew that one. Didn't mean to do you that way.
Good afternoon. So, last, Rick Anderson with Verigy, last time I was here, you guys had a pretty involved meeting and I had a lot of information. So I met with Commissioner Bramer a couple weeks ago to kind of hone in on a project. So what you got in front of you today, we've just kind of agreed to hone in on the old jail as far as moving forward potentially with a project. So what I've done is the old jail and any LED lighting in your facilities that needs to get done. That's really a good thing to do from the energy perspective and also from just getting your lighting upgraded to a better level. I've given you a request for qualification that's got dates in it. Talked with Heather about, when she normally advertises. So if you all are able to act today, we can get moving on this thing and start advertising next Friday. RFQ is very boilerplate, and there's no weird things in it. If you want to have your attorney look at it, feel free, but that's one that is provided to a lot of communities that end up using it. So. Dave, I don't know if you have anything to add from our meeting or.
I mean, I figured we had started in some buildings and putting in LED lights, so I think we all agree that it's been a good thing. And then on the jail side of things, we talked about starting to put together this project to look at what are some of the parts, mainly mechanical systems that we gotta start looking to upgrade and looking at the boilers and the refrigerant and then the condensers and stuff on the.
Yeah, the HVAC is really your main
Yeah.
obviously issue with getting things up and up down there, so.
I noticed you mentioned replace the refrigerant, which is R22.
Correct.
Then they went to 134.
Yeah, we're
Then they
now
went to
two-
410A. Now they're at 454, so,
It's the most current. We'd be upgraded to the most current, correct.
and it's actually had propane in it, correct? Real smart, but anyway,
Yeah.
I just wondered if
Hey,
they had upgraded to something else again.
exactly. Yeah, we're two above the old R22 now. So you can get R22. It's just extremely expensive.
Oh, it's like $150, $60. Yeah,
Pretty bad.
134 is high too, so
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's not getting any cheaper.
no. What's your thoughts on that, gentlemen? Might be something to work hand in hand with what we're doing in Judy, you reckon?
These things take, so let's say, you get the responses back, they're 37 days from the first ad. I put on your dates there that, these things would be due back, 37 days from Friday. So, you get those back and then depending upon, I still have to earn your business. So, you guys can, do an evaluation of your responses. And then once you get somebody picked, these things typically take, I'm gonna have to really hone in on some, those numbers that I gave you there are kind of plus or minus 10 or 15% situation. So we hone in on firm pricing, but it won't be any higher than that. Let's put it that way. Then you guys will pick a vendor and if we can get to a contract, you know, sometime probably in November. This thing takes about 6 to 9 months to probably get in. So you're probably looking at, you know, sometime in the summer next year of getting going.
You're talking lights or the old jail real quick?
Yes,
You're both?
yes,
Okay.
yes. Yeah, the facilities that I put in there, that's the old jail and then any other place that's on the information. You get a rebate back from the utility company for that as well, so. And the nice part about this too is let's say we get picked, you know, we talked about doing solar at the jail, but that could be like a phase 2 down the road.
Mm-hmm.
The easy part about that is you could just do an addendum / change order to our agreement to do that, if that's what you decided to do, maybe a year from now. But didn't want to complicate, you know,
Right.
let's get going with your priority.
So we do a little note comparison. And get back next.
Yeah. Yeah, you were very generous to us in giving us a month there to approve. If we could. From the 5th of October to the 5th of November, we could probably move quicker. So I
Yeah, oh, yeah.
think we may wait a couple weeks and then go forward, but still hit that date.
If let's say I just did this for.
No, I understand.
I just did this for another county and we were the only respondent, so they approved us in their next meeting in 2 weeks, so yeah. You guys can do that as fast as you like.
Thanks for the timeline, but we'll try to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so you want to move forward with the ad or?
Do you want to wait or do you want to do it? I mean, I think we're gonna,
Well, what's your guys?
I mean, I think just getting the request out there and getting people to start.
Yeah, we
putting it
could
together.
do that part of it.
Yeah.
For sure.
So,
Yeah, get it out there and then, you know, pick somebody, but that's the first step is doing this part of it.
and I think we talked about maybe doing it in 2 things, one to do the lights and one to do the HVAC, or do you,
In phases
well, you just,
and steps,
do you
maybe.
think there'd be,
I do it all at once.
is it all?
Yeah, because if you do it in 2 different drafts, it's just more, it's kind of more complicated. This would get it all done at the same time.
Just real quick, you've got here replace boilers at the old jail with new.
Correct.
How would you do that? Because they're inside the building.
We get done. I mean.
Cut a hole in the roof and lift them out?
It gets done, yes.
Cause the one leaks so bad, we shut it off and we're working on just the one right now.
Yep. Whatever needs to get done for the replacement of those boilers gets done, so.
I was just curious.
Oh, yeah.
But whoever
Yes,
did,
it
whoever
ain't
did
easy.
that wasn't thinking
It
real
ain't
far
easy.
down the
No,
road.
no, it's not easy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna move forward with things.
I think, get it advertised and get it out there.
Yep.
Well, we'll use the request for proposal that we've been provided and for qualified guaranteed energy savings contracts, and we'll get that published by is that gonna be the week from today? 28th?
I think next Friday.
Yeah.
That's what we talked about.
At noon is the deadline for next
To get it
Friday's
into the
paper, because
paper.
it's an all county paper
Yeah.
edition,
They'll
so.
allow you to do now 1 county paper, and as long as it's on your website, that counts as the second. It used to have to be 2 papers, but now it's paper and website.
So we just have to run it in our paper twice, on the 4th and then on the
28th, and I think 28th.
28th and the 4th.
Yes, and then just on your website as well.
Yep.
Yep. And I'll get you a digital copy that you have.
Perfect.
Okay,
I just need to have that to them. Like I said, I think it's by noon tomorrow.
I'll have it to you tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So I guess I make a motion, we approve this request for proposal to start moving forward so we can get it published in the paper and 28th.
A second.
Okay, have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
So moved. So
Right.
we'll get rolling now.
Thank you.
Roll on. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Now. Either you ladies have anything?
I think by the next meeting, we'll actually be closed out of our SBOA audit.
September 3rd, isn't it?
September 3rd, when's our next? September 3rd. September 3rd, so that day we will close out with our audit. So it's been, I think they've been here since May. So,
Doesn't seem possible.
make summer go fast when they're requesting stuff from you all day long.
Yeah. I saw them, they make a
So,
trip every 5 minutes, seems like some.
yeah, so lately we've had 4 in the building to work with, so. I'll be glad to be wrapping that up, and we're still in budget. There's postings for budget meetings coming up, so. Stay tuned on that.
Sir, you have anything?
Nope.
Okay. Entertain that magic motion.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
A second.
What about public comments?
I'm sorry. Public comment, my bad.
Unsecond.
Unsecond. I'm rolling twice today. Okay.
Ready? Dennis Clifford. West State Road 56, Lexington. And so I'm still trying to figure out how things work on the moratorium, so we've been advised by you all to go to the planning commission. And then they, if they so choose, throw it back to you all to make, you are the 3 people who make the final decision, is that correct?
Mhm.
Okay.
Gotta go through a public hearing,
Yep.
so it's,
So people asking for protections, we don't want to be confrontational or argumentative. We have concerns that we hope you as elected officials want to hear and address. Data centers are new entities. They're being approved to come in some communities before many people know about it. Some communities are being threatened with lawsuits from the developers if they're not allowed. Most UDOs do not even mention data centers. Ours does not. So we're asking for the moratorium because we need time to study the impacts. We need time to put protections in place, time to listen to people. Just asking the hard questions and finding out answers. We just need protections. If something is missed, the Jefferson County residents will suffer the consequences. We need to get this right. The people you represent live here, and the health and safety should come first. So we will be pursuing the moratorium, and it'll be brought back to you guys for a vote.
Thank you.
thank you.
Next.
Paul Weatherby, 2685 West Deputy Pike. And what I want to talk about today are the campgrounds that you're proposing, and I did some research on that. And I just want to make sure that we're not going too fast, that we're considering everything on that, because Kruger Lake area in Jefferson County hosts a diverse assemblage of amphibians, including several species of conservation concern, such as the croc, fish, frog, which is a state endangered, and 4 species of greater conservation need. Amphibians rely on mosaic of habitats, mineral ponds, wetlands, streams, forested uplands for breeding, foraging, and migration. Their sensitivity to environmental changes makes them key indicators of an ecosystem's health. The proposed 200-acre campground development at Kruger Lake poses significant ecological risks. Potential impacts include habitat loss, fragmentation, noise, light pollution, water quality degradation, and increased disease transmission. Amphibians are particularly vulnerable to these stressors due to their permeable skin, complex life cycles, and reliance on specific breeding habits. So to mitigate these risks, a comprehensive conservation strategy based on avoidance, minimalization, and compensation. So the key things, this was a very long report, and these are the key things: establishing 100-foot buffered forested area around wetlands and shorelands, clustering development in less sensitive areas, and maintaining habitat connectivity, implementing best management practices such as erosion control, low impact lighting, and stormwater treatment. Scheduling construction outside of peak breeding seasons, because there are certain times of the year where these breed, and if you start construction during that time, it's gonna be catastrophic. So enforcing pet restrictions and biosecurity protocols to prevent disease spread, and conducting pre and post construction monitoring to guide adaptive management. And regulatory compliance with the Clean Air Act, Indiana wetland laws, and species protection statutes are essential. And it's also essential to include local agencies, experts on amphibians, and citizen scientists. So if you're going to do this, we want to make sure that it's done right. And it's not just in the area, they also migrate from the lake area to the wooded area. So these things need to be taken into consideration. And if we're going to do it and we want to park, then we want to make sure that we're not getting rid of endangered species, and that, because that's sort of part of a park is protecting and conserving things. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. Hang on.
Brett Clark, 8082 North Oliver Lane, DuPont. And on her points, as far as I know, everything is accurate. The last endangered curlew snake was found in my driveway, 3.2 miles from there on the west side. The previous last was found by Dale Sides, who was an employee at Big Oaks on the other side. Dale Sides also constructed an endangered crawfish frog habitat, which is where you see those little posts with the wetlands information on them. That was restored for crawfish frogs. As she said, a park is a wildlife area. Amphibians are indicators of your habitat quality. Ideally, development wouldn't take place in high quality habitat. So that should all be considered. As to the moratorium, the real question is, why would you not want a moratorium? Do you ride a motorcycle without a helmet? Do you have unprotected sex? Do you drive without a seatbelt? The question is not, why should we go for a moratorium? A moratorium is common sense. Question is, why would we not have a moratorium? Because no development should take place unless it's safe and sustainable. And without proper studies, you don't know what you're getting into. If Indiana backs off on property tax, you're not going to get any tax. You gave them an ERA, which reduces the amount of tax you might potentially get anyway, which to me is a bad call. If a company's already antsy to get in someplace. Statistically, if you Google this, if you follow AI, the worst enemy to an AI data center is AI itself. They slam them left and right. It's just unbelievable. It could be considered scary. So just some points to ponder, research that needs to be done. A moratorium, like I said, common sense. We shouldn't be pushing for a moratorium. You all should be saying, hey, we're ignorant if we don't institute a moratorium. Because that is just common sense safety. There's only one way to live life, and that's a safe way. Your job is to represent community. We are the community. The bulk of the community, as opposed to a data center, period. But even if they were not, you need to take safety into consideration and concerned that they are. Even if you come to the conclusion that a data center is excellent and you don't see any drawbacks, if the bulk of your community is opposed to it, you pushing for it and being in favor of it, is that still reflecting the community's desires and wishes? That's a very valid question, and I think the answer is pretty obvious. So that's all I've got. I didn't even time that, I did all right. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else? Going once, twice, so make your motion.
Do my second now.
Your second. Have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.